So guys, I am back with another video. My apologies for not being up to date with posting or doing any videos. I think today was just a special one. Uh, I've had a really rough week, I guess you could say, with a lot of work. My bad, I'm gonna turn both lights on so you guys get the best lighting. I'm not really the kind of person to do this, but I always promise myself that if I went through anything, I want to document it on here because I want to be able to look back at it and just know that where I'm at today is not going to determine where I'm going to be 5-10 years from now. So it's really just something I wanted to just talk. I don't know. It's just, I'm the kind of person that, like, I'm in a way gonna like vent. You could say the word vent, like ramble about just a bunch of different things. And that's the problem, I think, sometimes with me is today was just a rough day because, just having problems with your mom. Like, I had a problem with my mom. We went through little problems, and I just feel like extremely disappointed and sad with myself because she came in my room to just try to talk to me, and I couldn't even look at my mom in her eyes. Like, I couldn't even look at her straight. And I think that hurts in a way to say that, we're usually better than this when it comes to that. I don't know what it is. It's just, we've been having problems the last couple weeks ever since, you guys saw the video where I had gotten back from Wyoming and I recorded a video because I had gone on my summer vacation. And ever since my mom has gotten back from Mexico, because she was in Mexico when I was in Wyoming, we've just bumped heads and haven't just been able to really maintain that same relationship, or not even relationship in particular, but just, I don't know, we haven't had that right bond that we did before I left. And I can't even say that before I left I wasn't right. I feel like, a lot of you entrepreneurs, and that's what I like to, basically talk about, because on here I really like to talk about the entrepreneurship journey that I do and I go through. And realistically, it's like, man, I know I'm not this kind of guy who's made millions of dollars online. I haven't even made my first 100,000 or 10,000. I've made a couple hundred from selling, digital marketing services such as, lead generation and all that. But I knew what I signed up for, and this goes to a lot of you who are out there. You better be prepared, because life is gonna take so much to you. Like, it's gonna take, when you're determined for greatness and you have greatness coming for you and you're gonna work super hard for it, you're emotionally gonna be beat down by life. You're gonna be beat down emotionally, physically, just problems after problems after problems. And it's just gonna depend on you if you're gonna keep going or not, if you're going to keep following that path, or if you're just eventually gonna give up. And I speak on that truthfully, because I've literally, like, I feel like the happiest I've ever been was 2022. After that, that's when I decided that I wanted to do entrepreneurship, and I just haven't been happy. And not that I'm like not happy with life, I'm just not satisfied with the person I am. And a lot of you, I'm a believer in the Word of God, and that really positively impacts my life in a whole nother way. And I know that I'm not the perfect child of God, and I know that I can probably fail a lot, maybe every day. I have to just pray every day and just keep my faith intact, and keep believing that I know what's coming and I know what I have to go through to get there. I literally went through so much, and I'm not gonna sit here and play the world's smallest violin and act like I've gone through hell, but I've genuinely, I'm in a place right now in stage of life where I know things are gonna take off from here, but it's just, life has taken this last tolls on me. And I don't know. It's really difficult, honestly, to basically sit here. Like, right now, I don't even have the time. It's like 10:30 right now, PM. And I went out for a drive, and I genuinely never do this at all. Like anytime I have anything going on, I'll just go to bed or something like that. And right now, I was gonna go eat. I couldn't even go eat because I said, you know what, I'm not even hungry. As you guys can see, there's a gas station behind me. So I stopped here and I don't know, probably get a snack. Today was really rough, like I said. You know, a lot of people, eventually this big anger builds up in you, and I'm the kind of person that I don't like being rude to nobody. If you're like, I'm the kind of person that if you don't deserve it, I will not be rude to you. It doesn't matter. I do not like being rude to people. It's just part of me. I don't think it's right. We shouldn't be rude to people. And I play a lot of pickleball. It's one of my hobbies because it's a fun way to escape and go and be around a community. And just today I literally couldn't even smile. Like I just looked so drained, and I know that a lot of them noticed it. And I don't know, I'm like so tired of this, but I mean, I'm enjoying it. I want to fall in love with the process because I know that you 3-5 years from now, I'm gonna be the man that I always promised I was gonna be. And I know it's coming soon. I just have to believe in myself as well as you do too. And the biggest thing is not quitting. And you can't quit. It doesn't matter how hard it gets or how tough you can go through. You just can't quit. Because if I quit, what do I have? Now I'm stuck with all the problems and I have no purpose no more. And you just can't quit no more. Like, you can't quit. If this is meant for you and you truly are the person and you envision it every single day of your life, you cannot quit. And I say that, and I'm the kind of person that doesn't show emotion. And I really feel like if I would be, crying my heart out right now to you guys, and just because I feel sadness through my heart, but I just don't have it in me to let it out right now because it's I don't know. As a man, and I know a lot of you men understand, it's too hard to be able to comprehend a lot of the things and let it out with tears. Instead, we face it with, aggressiveness and, just believing that you can't be sad or you can't deal with it. And I that's me. I don't cope with it. I won't cry. I won't say any of this. I'll just be like, you know what? Whatever happened, too bad, too sad. So truthfully, this video, I don't even know what to name it. I don't even know what to say. But I did promise myself that I would talk to you. My channel. I would talk to it about anytime I had a rough moment. And real talk, I genuinely believe that you cannot give up, no matter how hard the process gets. And you've probably heard that billions of times by whoever it is. You can never give up. Nike has it. John Cena has it. So it's part. You can't give up. You really can't give up. Everything. I'm in a stage in life where sometimes I get bothered by everything. Even the environment that I'm in and the community that I'm growing up in right now, in my city, you hear gunshots every night. Or my car, like, look at those noises it makes. Like, it's just those little things that you're just tired of. But if I quit, that's gonna be the rest of my life. All this is temporary, and you just have to really appreciate the small moments, because one day I will look back, and I know you too, you will look back and you will really, really imagine, like, dang, I did it. This is awesome. And yeah, like I said, I hear gunshots like every night in my community, and it makes me mad that I'm still there, because I know that I'm only 18 years old, and I don't know in what kind of world we live in, but I don't know why it feels like it shouldn't be normal that I feel like I'm behind at 18 years old. Although I've been knowing about entrepreneurship since 15, so maybe if I would have taken more action at that age, I would be in a whole different place. But it just determines on you and your timing on when you want to make that change and when you want to do better. So just really wanted to talk on that, and even this goes to people who follow Christ or come from that word of God. Is in entrepreneurship, the devil will really try to attack you, and he'll try to destroy you in a way where it's going to take you away from your purpose and draw you away from that. And at the end of the day, you know, keep God by your side every single day. You wake up, you thank God. You go to sleep, you thank God. Right now, you get home from where you're at, and you thank God for everything, because it's another opportunity, another day that we have at life that we can just not throw away, but take advantage of it and build from it and turn us into the man or women, whoever you are, that we're meant to be. Because everyone is chosen to be great in life, but everyone chooses a different path, because either it's too hard or they just don't envision it. I was watching a movie yesterday, the founder from it was the McDonald's movie, on how they basically started it. It was on Netflix. And if you watch the movie, you realize, Ray Kroc, the guy who basically bought out McDonald's, and the way that it was so intense, and the way that it was kind of, you could say, messed up, that he took the business away from the brothers. But it's because the brothers didn't have a vision. They didn't have that vision of being something huge. They just wanted to be a corner a corner restaurant, when they had the next big thing, and they had no vision. And that's where a lot of humans go wrong. They just have no vision. They want to stick to something small. I grew up in an underserved community. There was a lot of guns and violence around us, and I could have chose that life. I could be making a lot of money right now, probably, selling things on the side of the road, or serving people, or just hanging around that crowd, and acting like I'm something I'm not, like real tough, or being out there. But what is that gonna get me? There's no vision in that. A lot of people do. They feel like just because they grew up there, they're stuck in that. And I mean, I guess that's a funny example, but don't ever let that determine where you're gonna end up. I mean, man, life is so long in a way. We think it's short, but no, there's so many years that we have to be something great, especially in modern time. So that's just really what I wanted to go out and say today. It's I don't really do this, but I really want you guys to think on that. Like I say, I'm not the smartest, I'm not the most genuine, but I know this can impact one or two people, even one person. And if it impacts one person, that's all that matters. I could care less about who sees it. I just care more that the message gets to the right person. But yeah, guys, I hope we'll be posting for sure more. We'll be more update on the channel. And yeah, let's get to work and build something great.